Hi everyone. I hope that you are all doing well today and have had a wonderful weekend. We had a really hot 2 days or 3 days in Cape Town. Extreme, like sweat and extremely hot. But today is a lot cooler. We've got some clouds and a little bit of wind, which is quite nice after a long weekend of heat. So today's topic is about change. So before we start, let's just take some time to connect with ourselves, connect to our breath, and check in with where you are at today. So what I'd like you to do is just find that comfortable space to sit in, make sure that you're not driving while listening to this, and I'd like to invite you to just close your eyes and breathe in through your nose, deep into your belly, and breathing out through your mouth. You're welcome to sigh and make noise if you need to. Just listening to your body, listening to your breath, whatever you need to do in this space. Just connecting to your natural rhythm of your breath, that flow of air in through your nostrils and out through your mouth, or even if you prefer breathing out through your nostrils, do so. Just listening to yourself in this present moment. Checking in with your body. Maybe you'd like to do a body scan, going from the top of your head, shifting down all the way down to your toes. Just going to give you a bit of silence to check in with your body, just noticing and witnessing how your body feels after the long day. Maybe you'd like to roll your shoulders up to your ears and then roll them back down with your breath. Maybe you'd like to do a nice stretch. Checking in with your emotional side. How are you feeling emotionally after the day? And again, just observing and becoming aware of those emotions, not holding on to them, just allowing them to float by, observing them, witnessing them. And just becoming aware of your thoughts, your mind. Where are you at with your mind right now? Just observing, becoming aware of what's happening in your mind. Using your breath to flow through the emotions, through any discomforts that you may be feeling, the sensations within your body. And breathing through those thought processes, allowing them to flow and float by. And taking 3 long deep breaths in and out through your nose and out through your mouth or nose. And slowly and gently coming back to the natural rhythm of your breath, and just slowly and gently opening your eyes when you're ready. So, change. Change is an interesting topic for me. Each day I am very mindful with what is happening within my life, what is changing, what actions do I need to take in order for me to change and to learn and to grow more about who I am as a person, what is happening within my life, those experiences that we witness each day. So just being mindful, for me, that is one of my practices that I do daily, is just taking some time sometimes just to reflect on what is going on and what types of things I would like to do to bring change into my life. And it's a part of your well-being as well, as looking at change maybe from a different perspective. Sometimes we just stay with one perspective, and maybe it is that we speak to a friend or we speak to a family member, and with change or whatever it is happening in your life, and those people that are around you, or you listen to a video or a podcast, and then things start to shift because a new perspective has come into your life. So there's one concept within the well-being and life coaching side of things that I'd like to share a little bit about, and that's the change cycle. So some of you might have heard about the change cycle. If you haven't, you're most welcome to send me a private message to ask me a little bit more about that. Or if you'd like to have or bring a coach into your life, let me know, and I'm happy to do a free discovery call where we chat about what types of things you'd like to change within your life, and we can go through a goal, create a goal, and then some milestones, and shift forward into going through a well-being and life coaching program with you. It's very much tailored to what you need as an individual. So you're most welcome to DM me. So with the change cycle, there are 6 different stages, or six different stages within the cycle. The first one is that unhappiness within a situation within your life. And then the second stage is that contemplating on the actions that you would like to take as an individual in order to make those changes within that unhappy situation. The third stage is actually taking action and creating action steps in order for that change to start happening. Change doesn't happen overnight sometimes, especially with the habits or beliefs or certain things that we have in our lives. So even the thought processes and the emotional side of things too, it takes a little bit of time. So there's that patience that we need to bring into it. There's the kindness for yourself as well, bringing gentleness towards yourself. So then going on to the fourth stage is maintaining those action steps for change so that you can become the better version of yourself, and you can bring those changes, those new habits that you've decided that would help you. You bring those and they start to become part of your life and your lifestyle. Then there's stage 5, which is regression. And a lot of people resist that regression. And it's like, oh, you beat yourself up, you're hard on yourself. And instead of taking that step back and saying, actually, you know what, it's okay, I'm human. And change is a big step. Even though life changes constantly, but it's taking that step back and then reviewing you might go back into the contemplation stage where it's like, okay, well, I want to change this unhappy situation, but those steps that I was taking before were not quite right for me. So then it's going back and taking those action steps, maybe doing some research in the contemplating stage, and then taking those action steps and then starting to maintain them again. And if you regress again, that's also okay. It's being kind, being gentle with yourself in that regression stage. And then when we move through and we find something that does work for us, it's celebrating the change and feeling proud and empowered by what you've achieved, and connecting to that happiness within. So that's just a little brief overview of the change cycle. The way that I view change in my life is that life is ever changing. We never walk the same path. We may walk down a path and we see very similar things, or the same soil or the same plant or whatever it is, but at the end of the day, that plant might have a flower that might have fallen down, or a branch of a tree might fall down, or the soil might have a footprint in it. So each day that path is different, and we have different things in our lives each day too. So things that might have worked in the beginning of that change cycle to shift something, it might not work down the line because you've grown and you've learned new things about yourself. So then it's finding things that might work a little bit better. So adjusting that part of the change cycle so that you can grow and discover more about you, or learn more about you. So I think also, just to bring this in, our bodies and our minds are also changing. We're not the same person we were yesterday. We're not the same person that we were when we were born, not only on a physical level, but also on an emotional and mental level, even on a spiritual level. We are constant change. Life is constant change. And I think we forget that often, is that we resist change, and then we end up holding ourselves back because we don't want to move through life with the flow of life. Instead of, we hold on and we resist, and it's like so uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable, but it's finding that different mindset within ourselves, and it sometimes takes time to change that mindset. So I'm just giving you an opportunity now today to just have a think about what change means to you, and what types of things you would like to change within your life. So it's interesting because when I speak to people about change, they say, well, I'm too old to change, or I'm done changing, I don't really want to learn, or I'm too old to learn, which is not true. We learn every single day. We learn new things from different types of people. We may learn something from a child, we may learn something from a friend, we might learn something from someone that's older than us. So there's constant change happening, there's constant learning, constant growing within ourselves. So life has changed, life is growing, life is a school where we can learn new concepts, learn new things about ourselves, learn new things about others every day. And often we suffocate ourselves with not allowing ourselves to, or giving ourselves permission to change, and move through that natural flow of life. And we don't choose to dance with the changes, we choose to hold on. So choices come into play with changes too. There's little surprises, there's little opportunities for growth in every single situation in our lives, and it's exciting, but also nerve-wracking or scary sometimes. And it's just inviting and being gentle with ourselves, inviting that change into our lives. So again, I'd just like to invite you to close your eyes and just come to that natural breath cycle, and to just give yourself a little bit of space to think about the changes that have happened in your life and what changes you'd like to make, and maybe what does change mean, what does growth mean, what does learning mean to you today. You know, it might be different, it might look different tomorrow. So just closing your eyes and just coming to your breath, connecting to your breath, connecting to your heart. You might want to journal it down afterwards. And inviting those questions into this space. What does change mean to you? What does growth and learning mean to you? And what changes have happened in my life, and how did I respond or react to those changes? Did I hold on and resist the change, or did I allow that flow to happen? And what was the difference? How did I feel within that, in those two ways, or responses to the change, reactions to the change? And what small changes can you bring into your life, maybe from today or maybe from tomorrow? One of my changes for this year has been to drink lemon water first thing in the morning, and that's a small habit that I've been trying to keep up each day. It doesn't happen each day, but it's a small change, and I am feeling a lot better within myself for doing that. It could be a small change or a big change, but just remembering that baby steps, being gentle with yourself when it comes to change. And when you're ready, just slowly and gently opening your eyes, and welcome in that journaling if you do like to journal. And then just giving thanks to yourself also today for the changes that might have happened in your life today, and embracing those changes. Maybe it is that tomorrow I'm going to embrace one change that has happened with the flow of life. And if you'd like to do any coaching with me around making changes and healthy habits, changing your well-being, and if you'd like to do some mindfulness or meditation within your life, please feel free to just drop me a DM, and I'm happy to do a discovery call with you. Have a wonderful day or wonderful evening, and thank you all for listening.